Hi Nick. First, we are going to give you the rules for these debates. We have opposite sides, and in favor of the proposition is should abortion should be legal. Well, before we continue with the debate, I will give you the rules. First, you can interrupt the opposite sides and also your side. You have to respect the opposite side's opinions, and you have to talk with real arguments. Well, then we are going to give you the time. You have an opening statement, like 3 minutes each group. Then you will give the arguments, 3 minutes for each group. Then you will have 1 minute for rebuttals conference. Then you are going to have 2 minutes for rebuttals, the opposite arguments. Then you will have 3 minutes for the closing statement. As I said, the proposition is abortion should be legal. Well, this is a really controversial topic nowadays, because a lot of people are in favor and con about this topic, because we have like religion part, like politics sides, and also the moral sides. Well, for continue with the debate, we are going to have 3 minutes for in con, and you can begin with the opening statement.
Okay, first of all, the moderator explained we have some point of view, more political and CLT side. And for our opinion, we think the 3 point of view is wrong abort. And for my first opinion, the abort is an embryos or fetus, and this living. I could never be a favor of a homicide, much less when the victim is a baby, and the baby cannot defend.
As my partner said, we are against for the abortion, because abortion is unsafe, it's punish innocent people, and it can harm women. There are other arguments that we are going to explain you why we are against for abortion.
The other and primary reason is explained with the religion. For example, in the church, it's not permit the homicide, and this is a good point. But this converts you in a murder.
As God said, we are not murdered, but all people do not believe what God said. So here is a controversial argument, because not all believe what God said. So
Finish? Okay. Now we are going to have 3 minutes for in favor for the proposition. Begins. 3 minutes.
Alright, we are in favor because abortion are very common. In fact, 3 out of 10 women in the US have an abortion by the time they are 45 years old. If you're pregnant, you have options. If you are trying to decide if abortion is the right choice for you, you probably have many things to think about. Learning the facts about abortion may help you in making your own decision. You may also want to learn more about parenting and adopting.
We are in favor also because we have we can avoid different problems that the abortion can have the solution for this, because in one cases the mother gets single, we have children that they doesn't have fathers. You can prevent malformations in the child. It's other point that I research in internet. And you can avoid teen mothers or problems like violations.
Well, this is for open statements. Now we are going to continue with the arguments for each group. You have 3 minutes. Against, you can begin.
Okay, I said at first that the abortion is unsafe. I said that because I read that the Coalition of Abortion Breast Cancer reports 28 out of 37 worldwide studies have indefinitely linked inclusive abortion with breast cancer. 13 out of 15 students conducted on American women report increased risk. 17 studies are statistically significant, 16 of which found increased risk. Most of the studies have been concluded by abortion supporters. So another argument that we have is that it punishes innocent people. A child does not deserve to die because her mother and her father were irresponsible. A child is completely innocent. A child did not decide that his parents will have sex or that they will use ineffective contraception. An unborn child is always innocent and should never be punished. Another argument that we have is that it can harm women. Real life stories demonstrate again and again that abortion harms women. Harm comes in a variety of forms: mental, emotional, relational, and physical. And in some cases, women's lives are lost through abortion. They can also experience the loss of their fertility or an increase in a miscarriage after an abortion.
Okay, other is the methods used in abortion. The methods of used is not funny. It's whatever they do, and it will be extremely painful for the child. And not only the child, the other damage is use the mother. And this is not only physical damage, it's too psychological. And in this part we can conjugate this part, and we can equilibrate with it more damage of the mother and the child and the responsibility.
You have 10 seconds.
This is my point of view, and we maintain in this the abortion is very bad for our point of view.
Time. Well, this is the argument for the against side. Now we are going to have the argument for the opposite side that is in favor. You have 3 minutes.
Alright, our argument in favor of abortion is not used as a form of contraception. Pregnancy can occur even with responsible contraception use. The ability of a woman to have control of her body is critical to civil rights. Also, taxpayers' dollars are used to enable women to access the same medical service as a rich woman, and abortion is one of these services. Teenagers who become mothers have dream prospects for the future.
Abortion is a safe medical practice that I find in an argument in the internet that the vast majority of the women, like 88% who have an abortion, do so in this first trimester. Medical abortion have less than 0.5% risk of serious complication and do not affect a woman's health or a future ability to become pregnancy. Another point to take is that abortion should be legal because we can't plan to have a child. It's not occur like an accident. Because if you don't have the sources to have a child, you are going to have a bad life for the child.
That's all? Okay, thank you. Well, now we are going to have 1 minute for rebuttal conference and you can talk with the partner of your group. Time. Ten seconds. Well, time. Now we are going to have the rebuttals for the arguments for each group, and you will have 2 minutes for this. We are going to begin with the in favor group, and you have 2 minutes. Go.
Okay, alright. When a woman have a sexual abuse and she gets pregnant, she have the decision to abort this baby because it's unwanted, and the baby feel every bad feeling that the mother has about that baby. The baby will feel it and will not have a good life. So I think it should be legal for that reason. Also, the woman have the decision to make everything she wants to with her body. And that's it.
On the practice of the abortion, you can do this practice with the adequate personnel, because if you do in other or like in unsafe clinics, you are going to die or have problems with the pregnancy in the future.
Also, I think have an abortion it could be safe because we are in hands of adequate personnel, as my partner said, medics, doctors, nursery, and everything you need to be safe during this process.
Because it is your life that you are going to put in.
It's all?
That's all.
Well, this is the rebuttals arguments for in favor. Now, in con, you have also 2 minutes.
Okay, I can respond the 2 points of view. First of all, the decision with a violation. When we talk about the abortion, we talk about homicide. But I explain you, it's not only option. We have actually some centers. We can donate your child and you can get in a later age, and we have subsidized of the governments, for example, in Ecuador. And yes, It's a bad experience, but
Sorry, you have to rebuttal the arguments that they give you. What they rebuttals for you, you can also talk in your closing, but now you have to rebuttal the arguments, please.
yes, it's the same. I same talk, and you, Joseph, you have the medical service, but the things not count the money to trade with very good medicals to trade this abortion. This search less cost and for this reason search not a good worth proceeding done when we try that. Okay.
According that you say, Carla, you said that if the woman have a unwanted child, I think that you are not God to kill a child just because you don't want a child. It's just a blessing of God, and it's no problem if you conceive the kid.
Time. Well, this was the rebuttals for each group, and now we are going to have the closing statements, and you're going to have 3 minutes. Please, the opposite in con, you will begin, and you will have 3 minutes for it. Time.
I'm going to give you a conclusion about abortion. Abortion for us is a murder, there's not other way around it. Call the innocent being an embryo or unborn infant, but really is that had you not had an abortion, a child would have conceived. Regardless whether you believe in God or not, killing is still a crime, and people to jail for years for murdering criminals and sinful begin, but those who kill people go to jail. Innocent because are flawless and robbed of the right to life aren't conceived. Doctors took on never to take a life to always save life, but now they kill innocents on a daily basis. Think what would have happened if war icons like Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, or Abraham Lincoln were aborted, that the world would be as it's today. God gives life purposefully, and no human should have the right to decide the fate of another human life. Give the innocent baby a chance to life and to decide their own fate.
Okay, I appreciate your opinion, and many people say the fetus needs no life, and according to many studies, even say in the 5 week of the pregnancy, we can see clearly on ultrasound a tiny begin with arms, feet, head, and spine development. And ever is a onset.
It's all?
Yes.
Well, this is the closing statement for Incon. Now we are going to have the 3 minutes for closing statement for in favor of the proposition. Time. You can begin.
Alright, there are 2 kinds of abortion in the US, in-clinic abortion and the abortion. We are in favor of abortion because the woman, as we say in the past 3 minutes, have the decision to make everything she wants with her body. And an unwanted baby should not live because they will have a happy life. And a baby doesn't deserve that. Also, in case of a sexual abuse, it is common that the woman abort that baby because she doesn't feel anything about that man who murdered her. And also, the woman can decide what is best for her and for her baby.
I agree with Carla because if we have a case of violation, you don't have other solution to this problem because the mother of this child decide to kill the baby because that Carla said the mother doesn't feel something for the kid and what she are going to do with the baby. The baby are going to have a bad life, bad nutrition, different problems that are the consequence of the kid.
It's all?
Yes.
Well, here we have two sides about the abortion and the favor and con about this. Now you heard about what this can cause, what this can be a solution, and now it's up to you decide if you agree or disagree with the group. Thank you for this. This is our debate.